What's good, my people? So I'm still here. I'm on the belt line at another destination at Piedmont Park. Let me show you this real quick. So, hold on. So, this is Piedmont Park. So, this is the extension. So, it used to stop right here. And people could just go right to Piedmont. But as you see, you go straight into Ansley Park here. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you really need to incorporate these trails and, get your exercise on by any means necessary, especially as you get older. A lot of us give up. Feel like we older now, sober, you don't have the energy no more. Bullshit. There's guys out here, 70, 80, women, 70, 80 years old, getting it in. So, don't never think that it's over, because it's not. Okay? So, if you don't stay fit, you will stay sick. It's a new t-shirt I'm doing. I'm going to be putting that design up. I'm working on the website too. So not only can you just be about it, you're going to be able to wear it too. But something I wanted to talk about. Symptoms. For me, it was diabetes. So, something that I realized about me as I was going through these stages of diabetes. I used to smell something, and I can't really honestly say it smelled sweet, but I smelled something, and I couldn't figure out what it was for nothing, right? So I'm just basically connecting this to, one day when I was in the hospital, nurse walks in my room. She says, "Woo, smells sweet in here." What? She said, "Yeah, the diabetes, that sugar coming out your pores." I made the connection instantly. Oh my God. She said, the sugar is coming out of my pores. I said, that was the smell. That's that smell. That, she said. And then I was talking to my cousin Aries one day, and he works in the hospital. And he was telling me like, yeah, he go in the room, yeah, I smell the sugar coming out their pores. I was like, oh my God. So people who work in hospitals know this, okay? So you might smell something, not knowing what it is. It's the diabetes. It is actually the sugar coming out of your pores, okay? So, that's one thing. Another thing is dry skin. On my hands, my skin would just be like dry. Like on my skin, like here, it'd be like some dry spots. Thinking I just need lotion. That ain't working out. Let me put some Vaseline on it. I don't know. Nobody never shared this with me. Nobody talks about their symptoms. Dry feet. When I was in the hospital, I'm trying to tell you something. They was all over my feet. But it didn't reach there yet. You know what I mean? So these are just some things. A dry mouth. These were just some things that, I was experiencing, and I just wasn't knowledgeable of what it was, why it was happening. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to really think out loud of, my far as the symptoms and things of that nature. You know what I mean? But then when I knew, I mean, this just happened, my vision started worsening. Like, damn, it's getting hard for me to see. To a point where this is when I knew, all right, something, I'm really like losing my vision. I had to screenshot things on my phone and blow it up to read it. Oh my God. This is what I had to do. And then my balance was off a little bit. I remember I was picking up some t-shirts and I like backed into a pole. I don't do stuff like that. And I wasn't all the way right. And things kind of start worsening, you know what I mean? But you know, like Dre, Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, Yo MTV Raps. You know, these are the things. This is what you can sacrifice: your limbs and your vision. If you don't get on this is why I know food is a serious drug and an addiction. Because some people know, your doctors tell you, yo, you don't chill out, you're gonna lose your limb. Your leg is next. You're gonna lose your vision. And it happened to him. He lost his leg and his eyesight. That's serious food addiction. You're willing to sacrifice your vision and your limbs for the food. This is where you know we have a serious problem in situations like that. But like I said, the 47 days it took me to get off the insulin, right? The 47 days it took me to get off the insulin. During that time, I told you my eyes, I had to blow up the phone, do a screenshot. So when I went to go do my eye test, I had to get glasses. When I started eating right, this could have been not even 2 weeks. I started eating right, no more soda, working out. One day I was looking at my phone, I realized, oh shit, I can see my phone. I can see, I don't gotta blow it up no more. And I was like, let me call my eye doctor. I told him, he was like, what? Like, you need to come in today. Like, he ain't never seen this. Went in, did another test. He said, yo, thank goodness your eyesight got back right and your eyes didn't come back, because you would have had to pay for another pair. So he was able to cancel my order and take another test when my eyes got back right. Seriously. Even my doctors, like, I was like an experiment. Like, they started paying me. They were paying me to come take tests. Like, I was the #1 student in the program because it affected me in such a way. It really bothered me that I was like handicapped now. I gotta take insulin before I eat. I'm like, yo, I can't do that. This ain't me. All right, so like I said, you gotta listen. You gotta listen. And if you do it, I tell my friends, go to jail. Act like you're going to jail, right? Act like you're going to jail. Because when you go to jail, you don't have all of the luxury of eating what you usually eat and stuff like that. Lock yourself up and do right and watch what happens. So that's my message for today. You know what I mean? And I want everybody to take heed to what I'm saying and try it. Try it. I'm not saying stop cold turkey, but moderation is everything. Don't eat the whole bag of chips, yo. Look at the calories, what 10 chips is. So then when you start really working out and you know you just burned 600 calories and with 30 chips just took away your whole workout, you're gonna be like, nah, I can't do it. You gotta moderate. I know they're good. This is moderation. They're little. You're like, it can't be that many calories. Yes, it is. Okay? So remember, calorie deficit. If you really want to lose weight, 3,500 calories is 1 pound. Okay? You can eat once a day. You ain't gonna die. A lot of people eat once a day. You gotta change, yo. You can't continue putting on a whole bunch of calories. You gotta understand this. This is serious, okay? You gotta take care of yourself. Health is wealth. Take care of yourself. And remember, soda and sugar is dope too. Salt too, cigarettes, beer, and alcohol too. Peace.